Value-added approach to creativity is what we'll be talking about today. Balance originality with utility, purpose. Presented by James Bird, FBA. Here, talking about exploring the value-added approach to creativity. It's creativity we're talking about today. Okay, then. Core idea here is to achieve a balance between originality and utility. This means that while we embrace creativity, we must also ensure our innovations fulfill a practical purpose. That is, ensure that our innovations fulfill a practical purpose while you're doing it. Original ideas, regardless of their novelty, should contribute to enhancing outcomes in some manner. Here emphasizes the importance of balancing originality with utility. Consider, consider creativity not merely as a flash of inspiration, but as a powerful tool for progress. It's about crafting something that not only captures attention, but also propels us forward. As we dive deeper into the subsequent slides, we will discover how creativity can be both right, or should I say, groundbreaking and purposeful, finding the right equilibrium to genuinely add value. Smile, ready to transition. Good. Now we're talking about the value added approach on this slide. Here we have creativity is not only about novelty, it's about making a contribution that improves outcomes. That is, core principle. Every creative effort should add measurable or perceivable value. Add value, great value, low ground. Now then, practical force. Should I say practical focus? Avoid unpro- unpro- unproductivity ideal charm. Group think. Filter for what advances the goal. Good recommendation for betterments. Again, gave it a friendly tone. Said, let's dive into the value added approach to creativity. This concept shifts our perspective by emphasizing that creativity isn't solely about generating novel ideas. It's about making meaningful contributions that truly enhance outcomes. Core principle here is that every creative effort should aim to add measurable or perceived value. This means we're not just creating for creativity's sake, but ensuring our innovations have a tangible impact. That is something that's useful, utility of it, something that helps all, not the bottom line. That is practical focus is essential. We need to avoid the trap of unproductive ideal charm. Instead, we should concentrate on filtering ideas to identify which ones actually advance our goals. It's good ideas. This approach ensures that our creative efforts are both efficient and both effective. Good with an engaging tone. We move forward. Let's keep this value-driven mindset at the forefront of our creative processes. Use those solutions. We have number two, derivatives for skillful creativity. Or should I say directives for skillful creativity? These are directives. Use old solutions for new problems. Adapt proven models. Stay cautious and conservative. Avoid over innovation. Value tactical thinking. Ensure ideas are actionable, doable. That is. Let's dive into the directives for skillful creativity. First, consider using old solutions for new problems. Again, using old solutions for new problems would help. It's about adapting proven models, leveraging what's already working in different scenarios. This approach saves time and resources, which, which is crucial in maintaining momentum. It's like reading the instruction before putting the swing together, or bassinet, that is. Read the instructions. Next, it's important to stay cautious and conservative. Over innovation can lead to unnecessary complexity and potential potential failure. By being mindful of this, you can ensure that creativity remains productive rather than disruptive, but want it to be disruptive technologies. Should I say, we're looking for disruptive innovations rather than being disruptive to productivity. Finally, let's emphasize the value of tactical thinking. You need to ensure that ideas are not only creative but also actionable. This means thinking through how an idea can be implicated effectively, making sure it adds real value to our goals. These directives are about ensuring that our creative processes lead to real world applications, aligning closely with our objectives. Smile with it. Move on to the next slide. Now, common pitfalls. Okay, okay, again. On this slide, we'll be looking at common pitfalls. Three of them here. First one, overemphasis on marginal productivity. That is overemphasizing on marginal productivity. Polishing small ideas too long. It's a yellow beans idea. Trivial. Okay. Second one, limited problem solving. Repeating standard formulas. Group think. The third idea, lack of diverse perspectives narrows creativity. Group think. Someone sparked the idea that stayed where the wagon circle was the guy. Group think. Let's delve into some common pitfalls that can hinder our creative processes. First, there's the said overemphasis on marginal productivity, playing up too big to small things. That is, this is when we spend too much time refining small ideals, nitpicking. While attention to details is important, we must be cautious not to polish ideas to the point where it becomes counterproductive. Start moving off into areas of no concern of the solution. That is. Next, we face the danger of limited problem solving. This occurs when we rely too heavily on standard formulas. So we're supposed to be ordinarily fluctuation. Creativity demands that We break out of these modes and explore new pathways. Be creative. That's the aware of group think. This is when a lack of diverse perspectives limits our creative potential. Embracing a variety of viewpoints can inspire richer and more innovative solutions without branching off into other concerns. That's not part of the solution. We emphasize here the importance of diversity, which is the reverse of group think. Let's be diversified, come up with all-inclusive solution. I want to conclude with encouraging note. Recognizing these pitfalls is the first step towards overcoming them, setting the stage for more dynamic and effective creativity. Oh, here at slide number 4, remedies for creative stagnation. Still water, stagnant water, stagnation. Remove constraints, encourage what if thinking. 2, seek value-added methods, test ideas against goals, study deeply, draw on history and data. Cover that, most importantly. Learn from other fields, borrow techniques throughout the internet and other places, public library. Therefore, explore beyond standard approaches. Now then, let's explore how to overcome creative stagnation. First, consider removing constraints. Encourage team members to engage in what if thinking. This opens up new realms of possibilities. Start using more than 1/8 of your brain. It's a triggering mechanism. What if? Another way. Next, focus on seeking value-added methods. Test your ideas against the overarching goals to see if they truly add value. Your ideas, that is. In addition, studying deeply is crucial. By drawing on history and data, again, history and data, we can uncover insights that spark innovation. Again, studying deeply is crucial. Also, by drawing on history and data, we can uncover insights that spark innovation. Remember this, history often repeats itself, but with a new twist. always said management science, always forward looking additives. Don't hesitate to learn from other fields. Again, foreign techniques from different domains can lead to unexpected breakthroughs. Finally, always explore beyond standard approaches. By venturing into uncharted territories, we often find the most rewarding solution. Don't worry, water always go around objects. That's what we're using to travel, fluidity of information. BIA searching for creativity. Encourage the audience, warm smile. These remedies can reinvigorate your creative process and lead to more dynamic, impactful outcomes. Five, strategies for boosting creativity. Identify the core problem. Clarity prevents wasted effort. And encourage process plus experimentation. Creative creativity grows intensely. Balance freedom with structure. Very important. Balance freedom with structure. Early phases. Broad exploration. Later phases. Discipline, filtering, and execution. Start by connecting current content with previous discussion on remedies for creative stagnation. Let's dive into some actionable strategies to alleviate, to elevate, that is, creativity. First, let's talk about identifying the core problem. This is crucial because clarity prevents wasted effort. You make sense out of what you're doing. When you clearly define what you're trying to solve, every step you take becomes more purposeful. Next is encouraging process and experimentation. Creativity isn't a spontaneous occurrence, it grows through iteration. By experimenting and allowing the process to unfold, you can discover innovative solutions you might not have initially considered. To emphasize the word is iteration with a slight pause here. Balance. Balance of freedom with structure is key. In the early phases, you want broad exploration. That is where the magic happens. As we move forward, we need discipline, filter, and execution to bring these ideas to fruition. 6, key differentiate, differentiate different taters, source of innovation, standard approach, incremental improvement, be using patterns, set patterns through the searching for new ideas, tooling of the idea. Here we have value added creativity. Innovation originates by reframing the idea, whittling away, shine a light on the solution, and combining or recontextualizing ideas to create new utilities. Today, we're diving into a crucial element that sets apart the innovators, the source of the innovation itself. First, let's talk about the standard approach. Spot. It often involves incremental improvements and reusing existing patterns. This method is reliable but sometimes limits groundbreaking achievements. Now then, contrast this with value-added creativity. Here's where the magic happens. Innovation is born from reframing, combining, or recontextualizing ideas. This approach not only creates new utility, but also opens doors to possibilities we may not, or should I say, might not have initially considered. Start with the enthusiastic tone here to highlight excitement, encourage your team to embrace this mindset. By doing so, they could transform challenges into opportunities for innovation. Remember, key different differentiators, differentiators is how we perceive and utilize creativity to push the boundaries of what's possible. Go beyond the ordinary. Build something that a utility